Wicked cut a major Glinda scene that foreshadowed an important sequel story. One of the biggest movies of 2024 is Wicked, the adaptation of the beloved 2003 Broadway musical, based on the 1996 book by Gregory Maguire, which itself was based on the classic Wizard of Oz film, an adaptation of the children's novel from 1900. Wicked has received excellent reviews since its release, while also enjoying a massively successful box office run that has broken plenty of musical film records. One of the major factors in the film's success was its characters, the most important of which are Wicked's protagonists, Elphaba and Glinda. Wicked's two lead heroines get plenty of screen time, and their stories are expanded even from the original musical due to the Wicked film's extended runtime. However, there is still at least one scene that was cut from the film, and it was an important one that would heavily foreshadow a major plot point from the second half of the story. Wicked's beloved characters are its biggest assets, and this cut scene would have been a very intriguing look into the future of Ariana Grande's Glinda. Wicked's trailers showed Glinda in a wedding dress, but it was cut from the movie. In Wicked's initial first look trailer, there was a very short moment that shows Glinda in a wedding dress, seemingly walking down the aisle, about to be married. The moment doesn't show up in the film in any way, which is strange, as it was shown in the first look, which would likely mean that it was something finished quite early on in the filmmaking process. The moment could have had multiple meanings, whether it would have been part of one of Wicked's many great songs, or a dream sequence, or an actual wedding, but it was just entirely cut from the film. Glinda's wedding dress scene in Wicked would have set up her and Fiyuro's story in Wicked 2. Glinda wearing a wedding dress in Wicked would have been a great setup for a plot element that comes into play in the latter half of the story. Fiyuro and Glinda get married at the behest of Madame Morrible and the wizard. While the marriage didn't happen until after Elphaba left at the end of Wicked Part 1, a scene with Glinda in a wedding dress could have been foreshadowing her eventual marriage to the man of her dreams, especially as the two of them become romantically involved. In the Broadway musical, Fiyuro and Glinda become engaged, but they don't actually end up marrying each other. However, it is also equally likely that this scene wasn't fully cut from Wicked Part 1, and that it is just set to come up in Wicked Part 2. Both films were shot back-to-back, so the filmmakers have all the footage for the entire story, meaning that there is every chance that this moment is going to be included in the sequel. While it is strange that footage of Glinda in a wedding dress from Wicked Part 2 might have been revealed so early on in the marketing process, audiences can anticipate this scene in Wicked's sequel.